starting on a line of French destroyers. So here we have Tier 2, the Enseigne Gabolde. While we wait for the battle to start, I will mention that I had never heard of this guy. He was a real person. He died in 1911 in the harbor at Toulon. The battleship Liberte caught fire, and he was an ensign on a nearby boat, the Léon Gambetta, and without asking for permission, launched a boat with some people with him and went over to see if he could help put out the fire. Unfortunately, when he got there, the Liberte exploded, um, killing him and about 300 other people. So that was enough to get a destroyer, or technically a torpilleur, named after him. It was built starting in 1914, which was bad timing. It was not completed until 1923. Does not seem to have had a particularly distinguished career. It was retired in the late 1930s sometime, I think 1938, but don't quote me. Anyway, French destroyers have no smoke. Their shtick, at least at the higher levels, is that they have a lot of speed. As you can see at the moment, at Tier 2, I think the top speed of this thing is like 30 knots. It's not that impressive, but, for Tier 2, it's still not bad. And as you can see, it's got quite a lot of range on its guns, and it's got good range on its torpedoes too. So unfortunately, the torpedoes are kind of slow, and you only get two at a time from each launcher. So trying to stealth torpedo is not very rewarding. You just keep missing at that kind of range, unless your enemies are really, really packed together and not moving much. I played a couple of games with this ship, and I found that it rewarded living dangerously. You get in real close, and you just torpedo cruisers or maybe battleships, and you can get the damage at close range that way. Unfortunately, if you go forward too early, what will happen is you get into a gun duel with other destroyers, and if they know what they're doing, you might lose, and at the very least, it takes a while to kill them, and you lose a lot of health in the meanwhile while they hit you. So part of that is just that I'm not very good at hitting moving targets. My aim sucks. I'm going to blame the fact that I'm not used to this particular ship and the particular guns. But here, okay, I managed to hit something at close range. It was just a bot. It wasn't really moving much, but still. So anyway, as you can see, the strategy I've adopted here is to sort of stay back a little bit at the beginning and wait for a good opportunity to go find an easy target to kill. And right now, the nearest thing to me is this cruiser. Unfortunately, he rams, so don't get the opportunity to kill him. So now I got to go back and see what else I can shoot. Alright, well, we got the range. There's nobody really threatening us at the moment, so we might as well take a shot or two with this other cruiser over here. And you will notice that I've switched to the armor piercing, which is a little surprising from a destroyer. But in fact, with this destroyer, at least against this level of opposition, the armor piercing does in fact go through the armor of at least most cruisers. You can see there was a penetration there. The only one that actually hit, but it was a penetration. As you will see, it is often possible to do just as much damage with the armor piercing as with the torpedoes. Get right in close and you aim for the water line. And you can get citadels, which is a fun feeling in a destroyer. So you'll see some of that later. So here I'm aiming, not too low, just making sure I get the hits, and I'm kind of counting on the torpedoes to do the job. I'm not hearing the audio, but I was looking at the map and I noticed there's a bunch of enemy ships in my cap circle. I gotta go deal with them because everybody on my team is a bot. Almost everybody on my team. Yeah, everybody's still alive on my team is a bot. Oh, I was the only non-bot to begin with. Anyway, this is Tier 2. That's the problem. There's not a lot of players down here at Tier 2, so unfortunately I couldn't show you a game where it's me against real players. This is not a co-op. This is actually a battle. There was a live human on the enemy team, I swear. Yeah, there. He's dead already, though. So now it's just me against a bunch of bots, so it's very safe for me to get in real close because they can't aim. They can't hit this out of the barn. I'm just going to get in real close and show you what the armor piercing can do. I did get 4 penetrations there, no citadels yet. So, curse of the commentator. It's going to take a while before I actually get the citadel. So this can be a little frustrating. You're coming real close. It should be a kill shot. And, yeah, that's aimed a little high, so okay. Yeah, that was an overpen. Overpen on the cruiser. Yep. Meanwhile, the torpedoes did something, so that's the nice thing about torpedoes. You can aim them in one direction and shoot in another direction. That's sort of set and forget. So I've got 3 or 4 cruisers and a destroyer coming awfully close to me. I'm trying to concentrate on the ones that are in the cap circle to reset their cap progress. Finally, we get 1 citadel. I'm going to aim carefully now. See if we can get some more. Yep, there's some more. That's more like it. So that's what I'm talking about. You can actually do a lot of damage with this ship as long as you aim well. And at that range, it's not hard to aim well. Meanwhile, I got that one coming close, but he's not in the cap circle. So I'm going to send the torpedoes against him, and I'm going to turn around in a second and deal with this destroyer who's sneaking up on me. There he is. Looks like I aimed badly that time. There we go, that's a fire. So I switched to the high explosive for destroyers. I'm not sure if that's the right strategy or not. It seems like destroyers were getting more overpens than the cruisers, no matter how carefully I aimed. So hopefully the high explosive will light a fire or something. I do have a commander skill to increase my chances of fires. Doesn't seem to have been doing. Oh, there's one, just as I mentioned it. Alright, so that guy is coming in close. Going to send the torpedoes on him. That guy's a sitting duck. I should be able to hit him. And that was a little too high. Let's aim a little bit lower this time. And I luckily missed those torpedoes and those torpedoes because I had completely forgotten about the destroyer who's still right behind me at this kind of range. So I'm very lucky that he's a bot, because I should be dead by now. And I'm still using the armor piercing, so I'm giving that a try. And he hits me. This is what I'm talking about. You get in close with the destroyer, you can kill them, but you're going to take some damage. Even a bot is hitting me, so against a real human, I tend to try to just avoid enemy destroyers, keep them at some range. I can outgun them, and at long range I can dodge easily. At this kind of range, that's much harder. So I'm sending torpedoes against the destroyer, which seems like overkill, but he's being very annoying. I want to get some distance. And plus, by the time the torpedoes hit him, he'll be inside the cap circle, if they hit him. Meanwhile, this guy's very close. I want to finish him off if I can. I haven't done that much damage to him. He's still got a lot of health. My torpedo hit somebody. I don't think it was the destroyer, though. Alright, so once again, waiting for the citadels. I got somebody. It wasn't the destroyer, it was the cruiser over there, but that's fine. That counts as defending the cap. Here comes another cruiser. Now I'm between 2 cruisers. I got a third one right behind that one. Again, if these were not bots, I would be dead very soon. I am already quite low on health. That destroyer is still shooting at me. That's annoying. He can't see me directly, but the other cruisers have me spotted. And I am not sure what's up with the torpedo tubes. Like, they seem to take a while to. You can fire one torpedo tube, and then the other one takes a while to be ready. I'm not quite sure what's going on. It's not that it needs to traverse. The torpedo indicators are green, except for the path itself. So I think that means the torpedo tubes have already reloaded. It just doesn't always shoot right away. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding what the green means. Anyway, so I have one tube ready now. I have the other tube ready in less than a second. Let's see if maybe I can use them against this guy. He's close. I'm gonna try. I got the high explosive loaded, so I'm gonna send that away. 1, 2. And I'm at close enough range. I'm gonna try the narrow spread here. Should have a chance of hitting somebody. So that guy's behind me. The other guy's behind me. That destroyer is leaving the cap circle, so feeling okay, and I got him with the torpedoes. So now I'm on 5 kills. That was a Kraken. I know, it's against bots. What can you do? It's not my fault. It's tier 2. So yeah, I'm having some fun playing this ship. It's a little unfair that, it always feels good to beat up on bots rather than get frustrated by being killed by real players. But still, it's a fun ship. Can do some damage. Can use the torps. Can use the guns. Fun. Alright, we're going to go right on to tier 3 after this.